the dance of fate. Under the warm glow of the afternoon sun, the last few weeks of high school were a flurry of activity and anticipation. Graduating seniors were busy assembling memories and planning their futures, with prom looming just around the corner. Among them was Mia, a perceptive girl known for her artistic talents and a tendency to overthink. As she sat on the bleachers watching the boys play basketball, her attention fell on Caleb. He was a year younger than her, yet he had a presence that drew everyone in. Tall, athletic, and undeniably handsome. Caleb moved with the grace of an athlete, and Mia found herself captivated, not just by his looks but by the way he joked with his friends, his laughter infectious. Though they had shared classes and glances over the years, Mia had always held back, initially due to her insecurities and later because of a nagging fear that she would never be able to impress him. But now, with prom on the horizon, each passing day made her heart thump, louder and louder, a rhythm that seemed to echo her desire to dance with him. One day after school, she gathered her courage as she watched him sitting with his friends. As her heart raced, she took a deep breath, shook off the insecurities, and made her way toward him. Her friends gawked, both shocked and amused at her boldness, whispering encouragements as she approached. "Hey Caleb, can I talk to you for a moment?" she asked, surprising even herself with her confidence. Caleb looked up, a mix of curiosity and surprise on his face. He glanced at his friends, who smiled and nudged him teasingly. "Sure, what's up?" he replied as he stood, following her to a quieter corner of the gym. Mia's heart raced as she blurted out, "I like you. Would you like to dance with me at the ball?" The words tumbled out as if they had been trapped inside her for too long. She had prepared various scenarios in her head for this moment, but nothing could have prepared her for the surprised, yet delighted, look on Caleb's face. Wow. Yeah, I'd love to," he stammered, warmth spreading across his cheeks. Mia could hardly believe it as a smile broke across Caleb's face. At that moment, time froze for her. His surprise morphed into something deeper as she felt a spark between them. A flickering flame that ignited her heart with newfound hope and excitement. From that day forward, a bond grew swiftly. They met between classes, shared laughs in the cafeteria, and even walked home together under the setting sun. Every shared moment felt like stepping into a new chapter, a brisk pace toward blossoming young love. They exchanged shy kisses and lingering glances, creating a world of their own within the chaos of teenage life. But amid the joy and innocence, Mia battled her emotions. She cherished the connection they were building, but found herself often overwhelmed. Deep down, she felt a weight pressed upon her, feeling of guilt that she was not reciprocating the kind of love she believed Caleb deserved. She was fond of him, yes, but the exhilarating thrill of love was overshadowed by her uncertainty. As graduation approached, her life became increasingly clouded with the expectations from her family. Her parents had always emphasized the importance of a prestigious university and excellent education, featuring a stable career as the ultimate goal. They weren't entirely prohibitive, but they made it clear that they preferred she focus on her studies, rather than distractions like dating. Their well-meaning pressure felt heavy, and as motivated as she was, notions of her relationship with Caleb loomed larger in the background. In the days leading up to graduation, emotions ran high. Prom night arrived, an evening filled with laughter, dancing, and the thrill of possibilities. Mia and Caleb sparkled in their outfits, the electricity between them palpable as they took to the dance floor. As they swayed together, their hearts beat in sync, each beat echoing dreams of a future together. However, Mia couldn't shake the feeling that things were amiss. In the back of her mind, she struggled with the reality of their relationship. After graduation, Fate stepped in with an unexpected clarity. Upon receiving her acceptance letter from a prestigious university, Mia's heart sank. The reality of her parents' wishes collided with her emotions for Caleb. She was elated at the opportunity, but that joy was tinged with sadness. That same day, walking near the campus on an afternoon filled with warmth and hope, it all became too overwhelming for Mia. She knew she had decisions to make, with uncertainty swarming in her mind. She overthought the situation, imagining a future that included her strict academic path, but didn't seem to have room for Caleb. The next day, she found herself propelled toward the inevitable. With a heavy heart, she called Caleb to meet. As they sat on a park bench, Mia struggled to articulate her feelings. "Caleb, I've been thinking. I don't know if I can keep this going," she confessed, her voice trembling. "What do you mean?" he asked, a sense of confusion evident in his eyes. "I feel like I have to focus on my future. My parents have plans for me, and I can't. Are you breaking up with me?" he interrupted, incredulous. She looked down, tears welling in her eyes. "I don't want to hurt you, but I can't give you what you deserve. I can't do this right now." It felt like breaking glass, the pulse of their short-lived romance shattering into tiny pieces. Caleb's expression morphed from confusion to devastation as he absorbed the weight of her words. "I don't care about your parents' plans. Mia, I'll support you. Just don't push me away like this. Please." But her pleas were stronger than her desires, and after an agonizing silence filled with their heartbreak, she walked away, leaving him sitting alone on that bench, feeling hollow. Days turned into weeks. Mia immersed herself in her studies and new life at university. But the void Caleb left haunted her. She often relived the memories of their time together. Each laugh, kiss, and whispered secret faded into echoes of what once was. Despite her successes at school, she felt cursed. Any chance encounter with other boys felt like a futile attempt to fill the void he left behind. Years passed since their separation, yet the lessons of her first love lingered in her heart. Despite her resolve to establish herself in school, Mia often found herself grappling with momentary connections with others that, though thrilling, never quite compared to what she once shared with Caleb. She had a string of open relationships, though casual. There was hardly a spark that made her heart race. Each time, she searched desperately for that elusive connection, convinced that if she could just find someone, perhaps she could find herself again. Yet they always ended in disappointment, until she found herself facing the same heartbreaking scenario over and over. Far too aware of her hesitations, her heart still bound to memories of Caleb. One quiet evening, back home during a holiday break, Mia found herself wandering the old familiar streets of her hometown. She wandered past the park bench where everything had changed, the one they had sat on that fateful day. As she traced her fingers along its weathered wood, she could feel a familiar pull in her heart. The past could feel like an unmovable stone. Yet she began to realize that the emotions she once felt were not burdens to carry. They were lessons that shaped her understanding of love. It became clear that love, though fleeting, could still exist in many forms. There would be a time when she could embrace possibilities without fear. And the start of those steps toward healing began to emerge. Mia floated through memories of laughter, those cherished moments, understanding how fleeting yet significant they were. In embracing her own vulnerabilities, she recognized that love is not just the igniting flames of passion, but also the quiet strength that lies in longing, growth, and letting go. And then one day, completely unexpectedly, she received a message from Caleb. "Hey, Mia. Hope you're doing well. I saw the photos from graduation, and I just wanted to say congratulations. It's been a while, hasn't it?" Each word dripped with nostalgia. Mia's heart raced, but instead of fear, it filled her with a gentle longing. A part of her wanted to respond immediately, to release what had been trapped and buried beneath layers of time. But she paused, thinking of everything they'd shared and how they had both grown since. Maybe this message marked a second opportunity, the potential for closure and perhaps something new. With a steady hand, she began to write, allowing herself to reconnect. Maybe this time, when life threw them together, they could learn to dance to the rhythm of their age-old friendship again. Life, after all, had a strange way of giving you back what you lost, a vibrant boomerang of experiences, emotions, and memories that intertwine and lead back to the absolute essence of who we are supposed to be. Thus began a new chapter, one that neither of them anticipated, filled with growth, understanding, and, above all, the healing of old wounds.